I'm Carrie, and I handle our claims here at McNamara Thiel Insurance Agency. I'm usually your first point of contact when you contact your agency regarding a claim.
Well, thanks, Carrie. We're going to get into a couple different topics today. But before we do, just want to spend a little bit of time talking about our agency and the fact that we do have a claims specialist on our staff. And the primary role really is to bridge the gap between a customer of ours when they have a claim and the carrier. So Carrie's role is intricate to that process, and the customers love her. She won't say that, but I will. The customers love working with Carrie, and they really enjoy having that support here at the agency. So when we get started here, the first topic we're going to hit is auto claims. So Carrie, what should someone do if they have an auto claim?
Well, the first thing you do is make sure everybody is okay. Then give us a call. So what I always recommend doing is, no matter what type of accident it is, parking lot, on the road, on the highway, anything, deer hits, everything, always contact the police. Not necessarily 911. You don't have to call 911 unless you know it's an emergency and you need somebody now. Otherwise, at least contact the non-emergency phone number. Then there's always that record that you contacted the police and you didn't do a, let's say, hit and run, or you didn't stop or anything like that. So it's always important just at least to get that on record that you've contacted the police. Then give me a call here at the agency. What I'll do is I'll go over all your different coverages, your deductibles, where to get estimates. Some companies have direct shops, some doesn't matter. State of Wisconsin, you only need one estimate, so you don't have to go running around everywhere to get an estimate. You can go wherever you trust to go. I get all the information from you, where it happened, when it happened, how it happened. If there's another party involved and we have their information, great. If not, what we do is once that crash report is available, that information is all going to be online for us. So we'll have that information too. And then the next step is, of course, taking it into a body shop for an estimate. And 90% of the body shops here have my email address. So once you've taken it in, and let's say it's $500 and you have a $500 deductible, we don't submit the claim. If it's well over that, then that's at that point, once I get that estimate, then I submit it to your company to start that claim process. And they usually will just get it right over. It makes your claim go just a little bit smoother if they have all that information ahead of time.
Great. Well, thanks, Carrie. Now, one question that comes to mind, what if we have a viewer out there that doesn't have insurance through us and perhaps their agency doesn't have a claim specialist on their team? What should they do then?
Then if you have an insurance company that you have purchased it online, you would contact them directly.
But the insured should contact the customer right away and not delay.
Correct. Right.
All right. Good. Well, one of the areas that I'm really interested in is deer hits, because the deer are running all over, and especially in Wisconsin, not only this time of year, but then when we get into the fall, we've all been there, and most of us, I think, in our lives have hit either one or two deer over the years.
Or been hit by one.
Or been hit by one. Yeah. We should probably clarify that, because
they run into the side.
They run into us sometimes. So what should someone do if they do hit a deer? What's the process?
Same process pretty much goes for a deer hit. So one, the deer is not going to have insurance no matter what. So unfortunately, you are going to be responsible for it. Anytime you hit a deer, still contact the police. If, let's say, because you never know what the condition of the deer is, and they will send somebody out to take a look at the deer, make sure he's not suffering. Second, take pictures of your damages. And this is going to sound weird, but take pictures of, if there's deer hairs on your vehicle, take pictures of that. That way, once you submit the claim, or if you submit the claim, there's not a question, because we don't want it to go to a collision coverage versus comprehensive. We want it to be comprehensive because that's considered a not at fault, an act of God. So that's why we always say take those pictures, so that you have to, not that they're going to always question it, but if they do, you already have those pictures available for them.
Yeah, and sometimes with when you're working with an adjuster, the easier you can make their jobs, right, the smoother the claim goes, and then the more time you save
right
on the back end. So what you're saying is, take a picture of the damage, even if there is a little deer hair in there, that's okay,
yeah,
because then we can show that it is indeed
correct,
a comprehensive claim.
Right.
And And some people have lower deductibles for comprehensive losses versus collision losses. So if we can get the lower deductible to flood, that'd be a benefit. Well, hopefully we didn't jinx ourselves.
Right.
We'll probably each hit a deer here in the next few weeks.
As we leave our parking lot.
Yeah, we got them around the office. Well, they've been eating our trees, and if you do take a swing by, you'll see some of our trees were browsed pretty heavily this last winter too. So we love looking at the deer, but sometimes they cause us problems, right? All right, so another hot topic, and this has been really hot in the industry, is wind hail losses. As most of our viewers know, wind hail losses are really our most common homeowners claims. We've had a ton of storms in the upper Midwest over the last number of years, and it's caused a lot of damage in the area. So if I'm a customer and I think that I might have some hail damage, what should I do?
Sure. The first step to do is do a little run around of your house. A lot of hail damage is if there's gonna be damage, there's gonna be damage to like your windows and your screens, your gutters, any soft metals. You'll be able to see that there's the ding marks in them. If you have a low enough roof that you can see it, you'll see granule loss. Check inside of your downspouts. And when there's a hailstorm, there is a lot of granule loss during that time frame. Wind or hail both will cause that damage.
So then if I don't have any damage in the soft metals, like you said, like the eaves, the grill, maybe the air conditioning unit, are you saying then that's probably less likely that I have hail damage to my roof?
You're less likely that you have extreme hail damage, but you still could have hail damage to your roof, because depending on the quality of your shingles, the pitch of your roof, the direction that the storm was coming in, it may have hit your, this side of the roof and not the other part of the house. At that time, I'd recommend that you get somebody that you trust. Some contractor that you trust, a lot of them will come out, take a look at your roof and tell you that, yep, I think it's hailstorm. No, I think it's wear and tear, which wouldn't be covered.
Mm-hmm. And then, so when a contractor comes out, takes a look at it, and let's just say I've done my walk around, like you said, and it's pretty evident that I think I have some hail damage on my roof. What should I do? Do I contact the carrier right away, or my agent, or who should I call?
Give me a call. Again, contact your agency, contact your agent, because they'll be able to tell you exactly what your deductibles are, what the next step is, what kind of coverages you have. They'll be able to, you want to go over that before you submit a claim. And as an agency, we submit a claim at our agency. So most of your agents are going to contact the insurance company to start a claim for you, that you don't do that directly by yourself. You can report it directly, but it just gives you somebody to bounce off what's going on before you even submit a claim.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And then you can line up when the contractor gives you kind of an estimate of the damage. If I'm hearing it correctly, you can line that up with your deductible.
Correct.
And kind of talk to your agent about, is it worth filing a claim or not? Because
right.
we do want to keep small claims off our homeowners.
And your insurance company will send somebody out. They call it independent adjuster. The independent adjuster will come out, and 9 out of 10 times they will meet with your contractor at the same time, so they can both walk the roof, walk the property, and look for damages together. So.
Okay, so having the contractor there at the same time the adjuster is there can really be helpful.
Correct.
And just really make the process a lot more smooth. Okay, great. All right, I got one more topic for you. I know we've been kind of hitting you pretty hard with questions today, but another common claim in our area is water backup of sewer and drains. And so in situations where the sump pump stops running, water then backs up through the sump pump basin, or maybe somebody has the unfortunate situation of a sewer backup.
Right.
Common claim in our area. What should people do in that situation, and what kinds of things should they look out for?
So water backup and sewer claims, finished basements, of course, are the ones that are going to be, the ones that are more expensive. But even a small water backup and sewer claim in an unfinished basement, that cleanup process, you're seeing anywhere between $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 just for them to clean up the sewer and the water that has backed up. So once it happens, if it happens on a weekend, call the company directly. If it happens during the week, give the agency a call, because we then can verify that you have the coverage, you have that water backup and sewer endorsement on your policy, the amount that you're going to have for coverages, and then you get a water restoration company out there. Really, the ones in our area are really good about getting out there pretty fast and helping you get that cleanup process started.
Yeah, and I would just kind of throw in there, and maybe I'm stating the obvious here, but getting things cleaned up sooner
Correct.
versus than later, A, helps prevent further damage to the
Right.
property, and B, will help prevent things like mold and stuff
Right.
like that.
So yeah, like if your sub pump fails, of course, get the sub pump replaced as soon as possible, because the sub pump itself wouldn't be covered, but the resulting damage would be. So you want to get that sub pump replaced so you don't, it doesn't keep causing damage over and over and over till you can get somebody in there. We want to get it, anything as like plugged holes until you can get somebody in there to start that cleanup process.
Yeah, and I happen to know, Carrie, that you're also a licensed agent in our office as well.
Yes, I am.
So, are there endorsements on the homeowner's policy that relate directly to the water backup or sewer
Yep,
drains?
you'll have water backup and sewer. Usually they're like in 5,000 increments. So you could have small as 5, and you could have all the way up to 50, depending on the company.
Mm-hmm. And I think what you kind of alluded to before is that the cost to clean up is relatively expensive. So sometimes if you may want to look at that
Right.
policy or that endorsement, and if you only have a $5,000 limit, that might cover the cleanup.
But that one's not
nothing
going to cover
else.
your property that got damaged during it, or right.
Yeah, so if you're looking at your homeowner's policy, because I know that none of us have more exciting things to do over the weekend. I get it, right? We get that.
Insurance is the fun part, now, right?
But take a look at that line item in your policy, and if you don't have the endorsement, contact your agent and check out the limit and kind of ask yourself, gosh, do I have enough coverage here? If you have questions about that, give your agent a call, have that conversation, because now's the time versus waiting until
Right.
there's a loss.
Right, because then there would be no coverage if you added the day after.
Yeah, you got to add the.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Got to endorse the policy before
Right.
the loss, right? Gotcha. And okay, well that really concludes our segment today for Fondy Famous, and we'd like to thank Kelly for bringing this to you guys. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions or any feedback, leave a comment, give us a call. We'd be happy
Give
to
us
help
a
you
like.
out. Give us a like. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.